It's pretty universal that we all would love for our friends and family and guests to feel welcome in our home when they come to stay. So this week, we're going to talk about 6 things that you can do to anticipate their needs and make them feel nice and cozy. If we haven't met before, I'm Carla from Vintage Hip Decor, and I'm super excited for this week's video because we're actually going to take the principles that we learned in the last video about styling shelves and applying them to a whole room refresh. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go click the link in the description and go watch that one first, and then come back to see how we refresh this space. Right now we are here in my mom and lovely business partner here at Vintage Hip Decor's guest bedroom, and I'm going to show you how we did a quick refresh using those principles from the last video, and then sharing 6 tips with you on how to make your guests feel welcome and cozy when they come and stay with you. Whether you have a guest bedroom or they're just crashing on your couch, these are things that you can do to kind of anticipate their needs and make sure that they don't feel shy about asking you for anything that they might want. So I'm going to very quickly recap the principles we learned in the last video on how to restyle something and show you how we applied it to this room. First, we cleared everything out and gathered everything in one space so we could see everything that we had to work with, and we got a little bit more than we needed. Then we brought in the bigger items, keeping in mind balancing them throughout the space. And then when we brought in smaller decor, we're always keeping in mind varying heights and grouping them in vignettes. And then we finished everything off with some nice greenery. So when you know you have guests coming over, you of course want to prepare a space so that they can feel nice and cozy and welcome, and our tips are pretty much based around anticipating what they're gonna need so they don't have to feel like they need to ask you for it. So one thing your guests are always gonna need are some clean, fresh towels. And of course you probably have towels in your bathroom or in your linen closet, but we recommend putting these towels right where your guests are gonna be staying so there is no confusion that these towels are meant for them to use. Otherwise, if the towels are just in the bathroom, they might not know if those are meant for them or if they're being used by somebody else. Putting them right where they're going to sleep just clears up all that confusion. And believe me, it can go wrong. We did have guests come stay once, and my mom and I forgot to put out nice, clean, fresh towels for them right in their room, and they used the hand towels in the bathroom to dry off out of the shower because they were too shy to ask. So believe us, you don't want to be like that. You don't want to make your guests feel awkward, so just put the towels right where they're going to stay. And it never hurts to put a little chocolate on their towels to make it feel really fancy. Another basic necessity that's sometimes overlooked when guests come to stay is some nice fresh drinking water. Most people when they come to stay with you have been traveling, so they might be parched, and it would be really nice to have a nice refreshing drink right when they arrive. But sometimes, again, folks can be shy to ask for what they need, so just go ahead and put that out for them so that they know that they can help themselves and refresh after traveling. Another really nice touch to have ready for your guests right when they arrive is the Wi-Fi information. Most people like to connect to Wi-Fi right when they arrive somewhere, but it could be another one of those things that they don't maybe want to burst through the door and ask you for the Wi-Fi information. They kind of want to be cordial, so if you just put it out, then they don't have to worry like, is it a good time to get this information from you real quick? Is the code really long? I'm sorry. Just sidestep that whole conversation by putting the information right out on their nightstands, and then they're good to go. If at all possible, try and designate a little spot for your guests to put their bags so that they're up off the floor or off the bed so that they can feel a little bit more comfortable. Fresh flowers are always a really nice touch when guests come to stay with you because it shows that you really are excited that they're there. You want to make them feel comfortable, and it just makes the space so much brighter and prettier. It may not always be possible, but try and include some sort of writing space, or at the very least a chair where your guests can kind of sit and use technology if they have to quickly do something for work or make some additional travel plans or take notes. That way they have a spot to do this. If your space is too small for a desk, consider a small writing table that doubles as your nightstand. So you put it on the side of your bed so it acts as the nightstand, but also is a space where your guests can sit and write if they have to. That about wraps up all the tips we have for you on how to make guests feel more welcome when they come to stay with you. Again, the most important thing to remember is always just trying to anticipate their needs and providing those to them before they need it so they feel as comfortable as possible. And if there's anything that we missed that you like to do, please leave that down in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope that this helped you see your home and hosting people in your home in a new light. Is that a tick? You look nasty. Prepare a nice space when you know you're gonna, everything is fine. We're good, girlfriend, you're nailing it. You just gotta be your biggest fan. You gotta be your own biggest cheerleader, you know?